Well, it's a new month, and we always have a new theme with a new month. And our theme this month is going to be about living from our place of true divine power. Because that's what we came here to do. We came here to live from a place of true divine power. And we're going to take the word power, which happens to have 5 letters in it, and there happen to be 5 weeks in the month of September, and we're going to use it as an acronym every week using one letter that helps us live into that true divine power. Today we're going to speak in a moment, not quite yet, but in a moment about passion and purpose, 2 sides of the same coin. But before we get there, I want to just talk a little bit more about this innate power that is in us that is ours to express. Ernest Holmes, in the great book Richer Living, said, "The power of the infinite is at our disposal. We have as much to use as we know how to take." That's a critical sentence there, critically important sentence. We have as much to use as we know how to take. But the taking is a thing of thought, a thing of will, a thing of imagination. Is it a thing of an inward feeling or an interior awareness in that place where the mind has unified itself with the living spirit? And I'm going to expand that a little bit because I do love to always, edit things. I'm an editor. I edit my own work, but then I edit everybody. Ernest, Jesus, it doesn't matter. I edit them. I change it a bit, make it, add my own flavor to it. So I would say we have feedback up here, which is kind of bugging me. Do we know what that is? Does anybody hear that? It's coming from that? Turn that. Pardon us. We're having interesting technical issues today. Thank you. Yes, that was it. Thank you very much. Okay, now I can think about, concentrate on what I'm saying, because when I hear that buzz, it just takes me away. Ernest said, "It is a thing of an inward feeling or an interior awareness in that place where the mind has unified itself with the living spirit." My tweak on that is just to expand the word mind. For me, it's not just the mind. It's not just our thoughts. It's our mind, it's our heart, it's our body, it's our energy. When we fully embody this idea that we are the power of the infinite spirit, that's when it has its way with us, if you will. That's when we fully express it. It's not just a mental activity. It's a full body, if you will, experience. Does that make sense? So that's how I just am going to expand Ernest a little bit in that. So this is what I want to pose to you this morning. I want to pose that when we are living fully from the divine, fully from that living spirit within us, that our lives will tend to flow more smoothly. Now, I'm not saying they will always be perfect. There are bumps in the road, that happens, but when we're living from spirit, we have a way to address and handle, if you will, those things the bumps that hit in the road. But when we're living from that place of our power, things do tend to absolutely go more smoothly, and when they don't, we have beautiful resilience to handle it. The second thing is our hearts are more filled with joy and purpose. Purpose is what we're going to speak about today, and feeling the joy of being on purpose. Our relationships are stronger and deeper, and we live more fully our dreams. Now that may sound like a tall order. Life that goes more smoothly, hearts filled with joy and purpose, relationships that are stronger and deeper, and living more fully of our dreams. We're just going to say today is an interesting technological day. That's all we're going to say about that. All right. So living those things may seem like a tall order, and if you are a skeptic at all, or if you're like, I just don't buy it. I don't buy that. That's too much. Your brain is like, I would love to invite you into an experiment. Actually, a challenge, more than an experiment, a challenge. My challenge to you is, for the next 29 days, which happens to be through the end of September, that you set aside any skepticism that is not possible, and live into the possibility that life could move along more smoothly, that you could have a heart filled with joy and purpose, that your relationships could actually get even sweeter and deeper than they already are, or those that need a little bit of that can receive that, and that you absolutely can live your dreams. Would you be willing to live in that possibility for the consciously, intentionally for the next 29 days? I like that. I like that. Okay, so since you have said yes, I am going to invite you into a pledge, because I don't want you to walk out of the room today and go, oh yeah, I just said yes because, she wanted me to. No, I'm not really going to do this. I want you to make a commitment, a pledge, and a pledge, on an oath. It's an important thing. So if you really mean yes, that you're willing to step into possibilities, I want you to raise your right hand. And I want you to place your left hand on the Science on Main textbook that has magically appeared in front of you, even though it is invisible. But it's there. Don't you see it, right? You see it there. All right. And this is what you're going to say after me. I pledge to set aside any skepticism for the next 29 days and to be open to believing in the possibility of having my life fall into place. My heart filled with joy and purpose. My relationships stronger and deeper. And my dreams fully fulfilled. To these possibilities, I hereby pledge. And so it is. Now turn to somebody and say, did you really mean it? All right. So we are good to go for the month. And here we go with our first letter in our acronym that we're making out of power. Our first letter is P. P today stands for purpose and passion, two sides of the same coin. I have people say to me a lot, and over the years, over the 21 years plus of ministry, I've had people say to me a lot, I don't know what my purpose is. I'm looking, I'm seeking, but I don't know what my purpose is. All right, if you have been one of those, if you are one of those, today is the day you get to learn your purpose. I'm going to tell you right now. There will never, ever be any doubt again, okay? Are you ready to hear your purpose? Your purpose is to be your most authentic self. Oh, I could have had a V8. Really? I mean, it's, right? It's that simple. Now, I didn't say easy to live it, but I said it's that simple. It is not rocket science. I know there are workshops on finding your purpose. That's good. I'm glad. They're good. Here's the deal. Your purpose is to live your most authentic self. Or said another way by Meister Eckhart, who was a mystic, a theologian, a philosopher of the 13th and 14th century. He said, we must let God be God in us. That's it. Let God be God in you. Your purpose is to let God be God in you. Let's say it. My purpose is to let God be God in me. And as you step into that purpose, as you realize that's your purpose, then you become automatically your best authentic self. You bloom into the most loving version of yourself that there is. You grow, you stretch, you learn how to freely express yourself. And I love these words. I didn't write them. I don't know who did. They were just in my research that I keep when I find things I love, but I didn't write down who said it. I'm reading it to you anyway. It's about growing, stretching, and learning how to freely allow yourself to express so you can confidently, generously share your love, thoughts, ideas, creativity, inspiration, and highest vibration with as many people as you can. That's why you're here. Let me say it one more time, in case you didn't hear it, in case it didn't sink, in case it didn't land. Your purpose is to be your highest and best and most authentic God self. That's why you're here. So I want to read a quote from Tut, or from Notes from the Universe. How many of you get Notes from the Universe? Yeah. It's offered by Mike Dooley. You can just jump online and get it, and they'll land in your inbox every day, just about every day. And it really, literally is a note from God, although it's from God via God as Mike Dooley. But it's addressed, from the universe. So before I share this quote with you, I want to give you instructions because you have a role in this. So at the appropriate point in this quote, I'm going to go like this. And when I do this, you will yell out with vigor, enthusiasm, passion, your name. Okay? That's easy to remember, right? Your name. So I want to practice. We're going to practice that. Are we going to practice that? So I'm saying blah, 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 quote, 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 quote. Oh, that was good. We don't even need to try that a second time because that was good. All right, so when you see me go like this, oh, see, good, very good. You guys, I've trained you well, haven't I? All right, here it is. Of course it's true. Everyone's born with a gift, one that will allow them to fill a special place in the universe that absolutely no one else can fill. A blessing that makes all other blessings pale in comparison. A gift of incalculable value to the entire world when it's uncovered, explored, and embraced. What's your gift, you ask? Being tally-ho, the universe. Your gift is being you. And you know what? Not only your soul needs for you to be you and to share your uniqueness with the world, the planet needs you to be you and to share your uniqueness with the world, your authentic self, your God self. I love this quote from Og Mandino. He said, I am here. Actually, I love most of it. I don't particularly care for the end of it, but I'm going to read it all, and then we'll just get rid of the end of it. But here it is. I am here for a purpose, and that purpose is to grow into a mountain, not to shrink to a grain of sand. Henceforth, I will apply all my efforts to becoming the highest mountain of all. I'd like to put a period there, but I'll finish it. And I will strain my potential until it cries for mercy. Well, yeah, we don't need to go there. We don't need to have we don't need to have that cry for mercy business. But I love the idea that our purpose is to grow into a mountain. In other words, the mountain of God, a mountain of amazingness that we are meant to, not to shrink into a grain of sand. And what if we were about applying all of our effort to become that highest mountain that we possibly could be? One of the ways that we apply our efforts is through our passion. What are we passionate about? Or said another way, what is on our heart? What is our heart's desire? Our greatest heart desire in all areas of our lives. When we tap into our heart's desire, we're tapping into our passion. And when we live that, then we are living our authentic self and living on purpose. That's why I said they're two sides of the same coin. Rumi, the beautiful Persian poet, spoke to that passion, and he said, feel yourself being quietly drawn by the deeper pull of what you truly love. I love that. Feel yourself being quietly drawn by the deeper pull of what you truly love, what you truly love. So I could emphasize the you on that. I could emphasize the truly love on that. Because it's what you, not anybody else, really, truly love, not what you think should be, is the responsible thing, would be the right thing to do, the logical thing to do. Well, that would be the next step. all that's fine and good, but is it something that your heart truly says yes? Your heart, not anybody else's. I love this story that I totally and completely blew in first service. So so hold high watch for me that I get it right this time. I think I will now, having just disclosed that. You didn't really need to know that, did you? But now you do. So there was a Brazilian businessman sitting on a beach in Brazil, and he watched a fisherman come in and bring his boat in onto the shore. And the fisherman was offloading quite a few fish. And the businessman said, "So, sir, you have a lot of fish there. How long were you out fishing?" And the fisherman said, "Oh, not that long, not that long." And the businessman said, "Well, what do you do with your fish, and why don't you stay out longer?" He said, "Well, I just fish enough to get fish for my family, and that's all I need." And the businessman says, "So, what do you do the rest of the day?" And the fisherman says, "Well, I usually wake up early so I can get out to sea and do my fishing. Then I come back and I play with my kids. In the afternoon, I take a lovely long nap with my wife. And when evening comes, I join my buddies in the village for a drink. We play guitar, sing, and dance through the night." The businessman says, "I have a PhD in business management, not even an MBA, a PhD in business management, and I could give you some help. I could give you some guidance. Here's what I think you should do. You should spend more time out fishing. You could catch more fish. And then not only for your family, but you could sell them. And when you sell your fish, then you can save money. And as you save your money and you get enough, you can then buy another boat. And then you can hire someone to be on that boat. So now you can catch double the amount of fish. And as you save your money from that, then you can get another boat and another boat. And you can just keep expanding your business. And pretty soon, it will be so profitable that you can buy a cannery and you can start canning food. And that will just have the money flowing in. This is a perfect business model for you. And then you and your family can move to a big city and you can set up headquarters of your corporation. And it'll be amazing. You could have this amazing life. And then you can go public and go public and sell stock, and then you can become very, very rich. And the fisherman says, "Okay, and what after that?" "Well, after that you can finally retire." And the fisherman says, "Okay, and what? And then what?" He said, "Well, then you can move to a house in a fishing village, and you can wake up early in the morning, catch a few fish, then return home to play with the kids, have a nice afternoon nap with your wife, when you and join your buddies in the evening for drinks and play guitar, sing, and dance throughout the night." Bada-ding, bada-doom. Kind of blew it the second time, too. Well, anyway, in a different way. The point is, did you get what's the point? He's already living it. Don't let anybody tell you that it has to be done a different way, that it could be better. You are the only one who can say that. And I want to give you an idea this morning about really listening to your heart and listening to your heart's desire, and even a way to evaluate, if you will, your heart's desire. So we know that we're energetic beings, right? That is, we know. And our energy not only, goes out from us and becomes an attractor beam for wherever our energy is. If our energy is low level, then we'll attract low level stuff. If we have high level energy, we'll attract high level things. But not only is it that, it's also a barometer for what we want and what we desire. We can tell by the level of energy that something has, whether it's a yes, heart's desire, or it's a should, or it's somebody else's idea, or it's the responsible, logical thing to do. We're going to go through a little experience in just a moment, but I want to give you the way we can read the barometer. So the barometer has 3 places on it. The first one is here, which is neutral. We could also call it flatline. It's just like, it's okay, it's fine, but it doesn't have any charge at all. It's just like, it's okay. You can probably all think of an experience in your life, or even something maybe that you thought you wanted, but then it was just kind of, energy wasn't all that exciting. Does anybody can you recognize that in your life? Okay, good. The other place is, you may think this is something I should do, or I want to do, but when you touch into your energy about it, I'm going to give you an example of myself in a second. When you touch into your energy about it, your energy actually goes goes down. Goes down. If your heart is truly desiring this, whatever it is, which means it's your passion, it is a passion, then that meter goes up. That meter goes up. You can feel the energy of excitement, of enthusiasm. Doesn't mean there won't be fear. There might be fear in that, but even in the face of fear, the energy pops up. So let me give you an example of this for me. I was at a training actually where I learned a beautiful technique to support people in finding that place, and we're going to do a mini version, M-I-N-I, mini version of that in just a moment for each of you. But we had a chance to, as a participant, I had a chance to do it for myself a couple of times. One of them was a shortened time, so I couldn't completely finish it. I didn't get to having my meter go up. I only had it go down. But this is what the issue was. My issue was, or my desire was, but first I have to back up and do a little bit of confession. So here's authentic, vulnerable, real confession. When I'm stressed, when I'm in a challenging emotional place, when I'm in grief, let's say, food is a big go-to for me. I am not one who doesn't eat when there is stress. Oh no, I turn to food. I turn to food. And so the last 3 months, which have been stressful for me and a challenging emotional time, as we've lost Lonnie, my beloved, and our beloved here. There have been tough moments, and while I am fully feeling my feelings, I like to follow it with food. So, okay, maybe I'm not fully feeling my feelings, but nonetheless, I'm eating way more than, and it's not, I'm not like overindulging in salad. That's not, no, that's not it. No. In fact, I've actually started dating already, and I'm having a passionate affair with 2 lovely gentlemen. Their names are Ben and Jerry. You know them, right? You've heard of them? Yes, they're lovely. They're lovely people. Lovely people. I have nightly relationships with both of them. They're really lovely. So I know in my head that this is not good for me. I know that. It's not good for my health, my vitality, it's not taking care of this temple of the divine that is my physical body. I know that. And I don't like it in terms of, the way I fit into my clothes. I'm not happy about that. There are all sorts of reasons not to do this anymore. So I did this meter experience with this when I was at the retreat, but the training, but we only had a little period of time, so I didn't get the whole thing done. But we did it. I was closed eye. I'm like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I said. I want to want good food. I want to want healthy food. I want to eat healthy food. Okay, where's the meter? No, I don't. I don't want that at all. And I so wanted to want it. I'm like, no, please, see my meter go up. And everyone who's watching me, because it's a beautiful experience to be witness, so someone can help you see, even though, myself was like, no, I want it to go up. And the people watching me were like, yeah, but it didn't. It went down. I'm like, oh, shoot. So we didn't have time for me to go deeper in that to where can I get to what I truly want and have the meter go up that might support me in making healthier food choices. I'm working on that one on my own, but I just wanted to give you that as an example of your brain may say you want something. It may make perfect sense. It may even be a good thing. But if your heart isn't there, if the desire isn't there, if the energy is flatline or there, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we need to be in a place to recognize what actually does send our desire meter, our heart meter up. So why don't you just close your eyes for a moment. And take a deep breath. And I know that there is something up for everyone here this morning who has something that they have been pondering, contemplating, thinking about, wanting. So if that is the case for you, then I invite you to think about that right now. Bring it into mind. More importantly, bring it into heart. Bring that idea, that experience, that way of being, that dream, whatever it is, and bring it into your heart. And just allow it to rest there in your heart. This is what I want. This is a desire. I think it's a desire, but maybe I'm not sure. I want to be sure if it truly is a passion for me. So as you have that idea in your hearts, I want you to see that meter that I just described. That the needle could either be flat, which is neutral, not a lot of zip there. It's not negative, but it's not a lot of power either. It's just neutral. Or the dial goes down, the arm of that dial goes down, or it goes up. And I want you to see that dial in front of you now and feel into that thing you just identified. And just watch the meter. Just watch what it does. And know that if it stays flat or if it goes down, that thing that is on your mind right now isn't quite it. There's something else. If the meter went up, yeah, follow that. That's passion. That's heart's desire. That gets you living on purpose. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith once said, "We are here to unfold a cosmic destiny, not just make little bubbles and waves." It's in the following the heart's desire, that which we are passionate about, that we make and unfold that cosmic destiny. And that we fully step into our God-given power. So I want to leave you with a meditation from our Science of Mind textbook. It is entitled, "The Power to Live." I have the power to live the life of good. My power is from on high. It cannot be taken from me. It will not leave me desolate. Power flows through me and is in me, and I can now feel, sense, and access it. The power to live is in me, and it cannot desert me. It is my power, and it is continually present. I am the power to live. Say that with me. I am the power to live. One more time. I am the power to live. And so it is.